one of the significant things in terms of American Indian history, the Oneidas were the first allies of the United States, and they served alongside George Washington and his in the Army during the Revolutionary War. And at one point in the Valley Forge, they were able to feed George Washington and his starving army. When the colonists didn't have food, they were sustaining their own families. And the Oneidas had a staple called white corn, and were able to feed white corn to George Washington and his army, and taught him how to make cornbread and corn soup and corn mush, and that sustained them through that particular part of the war. And the Oneidas also garrisoned forts and served as spies, and were officers along with George Washington, and also had a woman named Polly Cooper who worked in George's house. So, you know, we go way back in the formation of this country, and, you know, the democracy that we all enjoy today was part of the Iroquois Confederacy and the Six Nations Confederacy, and those principles and those philosophies in terms of democracy, you know, government by the people, for the people, that was really a model off the Iroquois model, which the Oneidas were a part of it. So, and also our people had served in armies since the Revolutionary War on through, and probably per capita, Oneidas and other Indian nations lost more men per capita than the other race of people in all the wars up to the war in Afghanistan. So that's not widely known, but that's, you know, an historical fact relative to Oneidas and other Indian people. As we come here to Wisconsin, you know, we negotiated our treaty with the Menomonies back in 1822 and 1838 for about started about 3 million acres and ended up to be 65,000 acres in this property that we're here on today. We have the same responsibilities as the government to serve our people, to make sure they have good health care, and make sure that they have places to live, make sure they have a safe community, and make sure there's a form of economic development. But what makes us different is, you know, we don't have a tax base to do those kinds of things. And since the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act in 1988 and our compact with the state, we've been able to have revenues to, you know, supplement our health care, to buy land, to do other forms of economic development. We have an enrollment of 16,000 members, and to keep this all going forward, you know, we're really looking seriously now at diversifying our economic portfolio to bring more diversity into the nation, and you know, with the philosophy of sustainability. We have a 7 Generations Development Corporation who's looking at a biomass project. It's a gasification project that would create energy. So in terms of the green energy space, as people say, we're able to create green energy jobs to create energy from garbage, and to gasify the garbage to create heat for the benefit of creating energy. We also are growing our hospitality business. Last year we bought the Thornberry golf course, championship golf course with 27 holes. So we're able to add that to our suite of amenities alongside our Radisson Hotel, and you know, hooked up with our casino property as well. One other interesting project that we got involved in a business we purchased, was OTI. And OTI is an engineering company, and it does engineering for roads and highways and cleanups. And so with the Highway 41 project and the other many projects throughout the country, the cleanup down in the Gulf area, we have 15 offices nationally with the OTI business. And recently they went over to Japan to find some opportunities in that market as well, in terms of things that we could offer in terms of the engineering disciplines. Agriculture is another major business of ours. We have grass-fed cattle and also buffalo. And you know, most people don't know, but buffalo should be the meat of choice for people who have heart conditions, or, you know, don't need any fat in their diet. You know, buffalo would be the meat of choice for a heart patient or people with cholesterol or things of that nature. Those are just a couple examples of what we've done to help diversify our economy, to move forward, to make sure that we have a sustainable process going forward. We're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. I served on the council for a number of years, started in politics when I was about 23, and that's over 30 some years ago. I've been in tribal politics or economic development, or ways to try to help improve the economies of our communities So with that, I'm happy to be part of Oneida and the things that we put together to build a sustainable community.